and welcome back to another episode of Let's Celebrate Being Human. I guess this is now a solstice and equinox podcast because I don't know what happened. We went on my uh, girls' equinox trip and I had a great time and I was like so fired up for like seasonal content and that kind of stuff, but then I had some personal stuff happen in April that kind of got me like down. And then my birthday came and I had a big, great birthday party. It was so great. I mean, most of you guys that are watching probably were there. Um, but anyways, yeah, I had my birthday party and then what happened in May? I don't know. So many things have happened where I'm just like, I have not had a chance to just sit down and do this. Yeah, life is lifing. And I have wanted to sit down and do this. But yeah, but now we're here. And thank you for coming back. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope that I can give you something that you're looking for today, a little peace, a little calm, and some community is what I'm hoping. So part of why I didn't record an episode for so long was because I just haven't had a time to sit down and like write out what I was going to talk about. So I'm hoping that it just comes to me naturally, and if not, then I don't know, maybe I'm not meant for this. But I'm hoping, because I felt so strongly that this is something that I'm meant to do, and I've just been really in my head about it and not wanting to share how I'm feeling because I just feel like alone in this, really. um, but like there's something inside of me that keeps saying, you got to keep doing it. Just keep doing it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm here. I'm doing it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I am here and I'm doing it. For this episode, Celebration, I'm making what I'm calling Persephone's Return. It's basically an elderflower French 75. For this, you're going to start with a shaker with ice. And I just squeezed my lemon juice, so I'm going to add 1/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. And then I'm going to add 1/4 ounce of honey syrup. So for this honey syrup, I actually used some local honey that was pollinated strawberry plants. Is that how you say that? So it's got a very strawberry flavor to it. So I'm excited to add this to that. So I'm going to do also 1/4 ounce of this honey syrup. So honey syrup is just equal parts honey and water. So that's simple honey syrup. And now we're going to do 1.5 ounces of gin, and you can use any kind of gin. I am using a local Little Rock distillery. So I'm going to do 1.5 ounces of this gin. You can use any kind of gin that you prefer. So 1.5 ounces of that. And then I'm going to do 1/2 ounce of elderflower liqueur. So this is also from the same distillery. And you can use Saint Germain's or any other elderflower liqueur that you can get your hands on. We're going to do another 1/2 ounce of that. And now we're going to put the lid on our shaker. I didn't have a shaker, so we're using a handy dandy mason jar. And we're just going to shake it up. And when it feels good and cold, we're going to strain it into our champagne coupe. that much. And then we're going to top it with champagne or Prosecco or really any sparkling wine, because for me today I have this sparkling Petit Verdot Macari. Never had it until today. I just had a little sample to make sure that it was going to taste good with this. But I think it's like a dry sparkling wine. So I'm just going to top this like that. And we get beautiful color like that. And there you have Persephone's Return. So I call it Persephone's Return really just because elderflower to me is like the flavor of this time, this spring, the early summer. It just is so floral, so delicious. I just like, it's what I want to be drinking. The champagne or the sparkling wine gives it the effervescence. It makes it feel refreshing. And yes, it's just what I envision Persephone's return to taste like, I suppose. So there you have it. Cheers. Let's celebrate. Oh, yeah, that's so good. For a mocktail version of this, you're just going to get an elderflower syrup, like one of those that you get for like your coffees and things like that, and add some lemon juice, some honey syrup, and some of that elderflower syrup, and then top it with sparkling water. You could do like one of the flavored sparkling waters too. Something like citrusy would probably add an extra flavor to it to make it more festive if you're trying to feel like you're drinking without the alcohol. And on to the episode. I named this episode Root Down and Branch Out because I feel like that's what this season is about. It's rooting down, getting deep into the ground, getting connected. And for people, I think that's for us, I think it's connecting to each other and to the people that are the closest to you. And, you know, kind of going down inside and thinking about how you can grow in this season. So before you can grow, you have to kind of go inside and you have to go deep. You have to root down and you have to figure out what it is that you want, how you I don't think you have to know how you're going to get it, because I think no matter how much you plan, you're never going to figure out the how. All the manifestation people say, just figure out what you want, you know, and then the how figures out on its own. So that's what I believe as well, because every time I have planned anything, I might have gotten the outcome that I hoped for, but the how was never my plan. And it was sometimes, even once I got what I wanted, it wasn't exactly what I wanted. But it was what I wanted, you know? So I think right now, this is a good time to start digging down, rooting down, figuring out what it is, how you want to grow, just, yeah, getting deep personally, and then also getting deep with your friends, your loved ones, etc. And then the branching out is the going out into the world, and what I'm doing right now, creating a podcast. This is me branching out. This is me trying to create the community that I have like in my heart, that you know has been called to me to. I don't know what I'm doing, but I feel like I need to branch out to create community, create peace, or try to find the people like-minded like me. So after our last episode, I started planting a garden. I have a very small garden. I'll show some little clips of me planting my garden because it felt so cute and aesthetic, etc. And yeah, my planter was like so full of weeds. We haven't planted anything, maybe even before COVID. I don't remember the last time I've planted anything in there. Um, and so, yeah, I had to like, with a machete, actually cut the weeds out and then pull them out by hand. It was so much easier. Like, once I got them loosened up with the machete to like pull them out with by hand. And then, so I had 3 different types of tomato plants and a jalapeno plant. Well, yeah, originally I only had the 3 tomato plants. But then the guy, no, wait. Yes, I planted the 3 tomato plants. And then I went and bought some marigolds from a guy that was selling marigolds on the street. And he was saying you needed to have marigolds and basil. So he was not selling basil, but he was selling jalapenos. So I got some marigolds. Marigolds are supposed to be stinky and keep bugs away. And also, that's the same thing with basil, they keep worms away. Don't ask me about planting. I don't know. I am learning. I should probably be asking you guys to tell me how to plant things. Yeah, so that's what I have. I have 3 different types of tomato plants. I think I have one of them is like some little sun, I don't remember. They're like sweet sun something orange, like cherry tomatoes. And then one of them's supposed to be like a Roma, and then I think the other one's like a beefsteak kind of. I tried to get like a variety of like what you might need in a tomato. And then we've got a jalapeno, and I've got several basils now, and the marigolds have taken over. But I don't know, am I supposed to be cutting back the marigolds because I want it to be stinky enough to keep the bugs away, you know? So I don't know. But I have eaten a couple of the little cherry tomatoes, and I've got some green tomatoes in the other 2 plants. So that's exciting to just see, like, because I've been talking about the changes of the season and all of that. But when I was in Guatemala, I did have some plants, but it was more like herbs that I was planting. I didn't um, I had one time when I like had a almost rotten tomato that I just like smashed into the dirt, and I actually grew a tomato plant, but I think I only got like 2 tomatoes from that, and I probably needed some marigolds and basil to like keep the bugs off because I think that was the issue. But yeah, this is like the first time that I'm really like seeing how, like planting something and then watching it grow and like then watching it become a fruit, and you get to reap the benefits of it. And that's I what I have seen in these 3 years of looking at different holidays and such is that the cycle of a fruit is basically the cycle of the year. So, and that I think is how we should be living our life, the same as a fruit. Because we start in the winter, like in the new year, like what we consider the new year, dead winter. It's when you start thinking about planting the seeds, but you're not actually planting the seeds yet. It's not time to plant the seeds. But then when the spring equinox hits and the ground starts warming up, once it gets warm enough, you put in your seeds. And then, like now, we're here at the summer solstice, and things start sprouting, things start growing, things start becoming. I don't know about you guys, but, and maybe it's just the energy of society, but for me, and I think a lot of people, the new year is so exciting. It feels so new. It feels so refreshing and like full of opportunity. But by this time of the year, it feels like the things that you were hoping to do, if you made resolutions at the beginning of the year, like it might feel disappointing if you haven't made any kind of effort, or maybe you fell off of it or something like that. Like it feels, oh, what's the word? Just dead. Maybe. I don't know. There are some things that I was hoping to have accomplished by this time of the year that because it hasn't happened, it makes me feel kind of deflated. Maybe that's the word. I think we need to be reframing that into like, I mean, because everything's coming alive right now. We need to come alive. This is the time to come alive. And yeah, I think that's what this summer solstice should be about, is just to become alive, to you're not just it's not just rooting down. It is branching out. It's becoming big. It's becoming who you're meant to be. This is what this time of the year is. And then because after this summer solstice, the sun's going to start going down earlier and earlier until we have those short days again. So right now we need to be taking advantage of these long days. And I don't know, for me, and maybe this is also why, because when the weather starts getting warm, I only want to be outside. So every weekend I have been going to the lake if it's possible, or to like any body of water. This weekend I am doing another girls' trip to my cabin for the summer solstice because it was so great the first time for the equinox, and I am like really hoping, I don't know, I think like I said in the last episode, a big dream goal would be awesome to do like retreats like this where, I don't know, it'd be awesome to have like a huge group of women join together and do like massive retreats around the sun and the moon, and yeah, just going with the flow of the earth. And the first equinox retreat I did with my girlfriends, it was just so perfect. I had made an itinerary and we pretty much stick to it, but I liked that because there was like 10 of us, I think, but not everybody came for both nights. We did a 2-night trip, and so not everybody came both nights. Like some people came later in the evening on Saturday, and then like some people came only for Sunday. I liked that it was kind of like an ebb and flow of, there was an idea of a plan, and people could come and go as they chose to. Like if people, we went crystal hunting, there's a place that's about 20-25 minute drive from my cabin that you can crystal hunt at. So we did that on Saturday. Some people chose not to go. Some people came to the cabin in the evening on Saturday after. But my favorite thing about having a women's retreat was that we never had like dirty dishes in the sink for longer than like 20 minutes. The first night I made a big pot of chili, and we had made a bonfire outside, and I came back inside ready to clean the dishes. And when I took the pot off the stove, I looked in it and I was like, it's clean! Wow! I know, the little things. Well, I have a son and a husband, and then I spend a lot of time at my dad's house. And so I'm with a lot of masculine energy, and I am usually the one that's responsible for the cleaning and the cooking and all of that. And just with a group of 10 women, it was just like, wow, like the matriarchy. Why can't this exist everywhere? Like, why can't we just, like, you see a dish and you clean it, you wash your own dish? Like, don't just pile them all up and leave them for someone else to clean. You take care of it. Or if there are some that have been piled up, you take care of it. I don't know. So yeah, that was a great experience. There was never like, oh, what are we gonna do? And like trying to figure out what we were going to do, because I had made an itinerary. Like, we kind of had the basic plan, and then people were able to either go with it or do their own thing. And it was perfect. It was just so perfect. So this weekend, I'm planning for Saturday night when everybody comes in, I'm going to just do a simple, like, taco bar kind of setup so that people can just make a plate as they come in. And then um, I'm going to do a movie night outside and probably a bonfire. We'll see how that goes. And then on Saturday, we're going to wake up and have a just light breakfast. And then we're going to do a float. Yeah, from the cabin is on the river. So that we can do like a 3 to 4 hour float from there with a little picnic on a bank as we go through. And then the afternoon, I just want to do like free time. We can go and swim in the river. I'm hoping the river is warm enough for swimming. It probably is. I've been swimming in the lake for the past 2 weekends. The river is usually colder still at this time of the year, but it's been like in the 90s and close to 100 the past couple of weeks. So it's probably, if it gets that hot, we'll probably be fine to swim. And then, yeah, one year I did a girls' trip there, and we just put our seats out and in the river and watercolored, sat in the water and just watercolored for an afternoon. So that's probably what I'm going to do, or maybe bring a hammock. I don't know. We're just gonna spend time in the river, with the river. And then in the evening, I'm planning a potluck where I've asked all the girls to plan a local seasonal dish. And so I'm looking forward to this too. We're going to all have our seasonal dishes, and we're going to um, have a potluck. I'm going to put like candles up, and I saw a thing, on Pinterest or Instagram, and now I need a dinner party with candles and flowers and possibly flower crowns. Yeah, since the last girls' weekend went so well, I have just been really excited about hosting another one, and I hope I can make this. Maybe I'll just be recording an episode, and then I will go host a party. I don't know. Maybe that's what this has turned into. Anyways, so what have you guys been doing over the past 2 months the since the spring equinox? Have you celebrated anything? Have you been celebrating? Have you been basking in the season? Have you been going out into the water? Um, Did you guys do any kind of act of kindness for any friends, family, strangers over this past few months? Yeah, I really want to build community if I haven't said that already. Yeah, I'd really love to hear like some feedback if you're listening. I'd like to know like what are you doing? How are you celebrating being human? Are you celebrating being human? Because you really should be. You really should be. Because this existence is so beautiful. We get to live in these like weird bodies that are hairless for the most part, and we get to go out and experience things. We get to do some pretty cool things. I know right now a lot of things are like kind of scary and kind of suck, and like the man's keeping us down, that kind of stuff. But despite that, like, I think if we can live despite that, that is the celebration. That is the being human that I'm hoping to strive for, because like things aren't great. Things suck sometimes, a lot of the time. But we got to just make the most of it, we have to celebrate despite it. And I think that is why we celebrate. Because if you look at the themes of celebrations throughout history, we celebrate to connect to our humanity. We celebrate to connect to the earth. We celebrate so that we don't forget how great things can be and how great things will be if we keep celebrating, right? Because we celebrate the turning of the season, the wheel of the year. And yeah, that's why we have to keep celebrating and keep positive and believe in peace. I know I keep bringing up peace, but I don't know. That's another one of those things. Like one day I was really grappling with what is my purpose in life, and I was just, asking the universe, the gods, God, whatever you want to call it. I was asking, what is my purpose in life? And two times in one day, I saw that teach peace thing. Like how you've probably seen it. It's like teach peace, but the words have like EAC in the middle that like combine it, so it kind of makes like two upside down rainbows. Maybe you haven't. You should look it up. If you just Google teach peace, you could probably find it. But yeah, like two times in one day, I saw the same thing. And at the time, I was teaching art, and I was feeling like I needed to be a teacher of some sort. And just that message has stuck with me, that I need to teach peace. But I've never been in a position or like known like how to teach peace or like what that even means. But I think that is what celebrating is about. It is coming together in peace and harmony and finding common threads in our humanity, in our personalities, or whatever. Just being at peace with each other is so much better than, not being at peace. So, yeah, I love world peace. Peace and love, man. Thanks for listening. Thank you for sticking around until now if you have. And hopefully, I'll be back before the fall equinox. Because that seems so far away, doesn't it? Like we're just at the beginning of summer. I feel like we're like, I mean, we're still in spring technically, but yeah, fall still feels so far away right now. Also, here's a hot take. Maybe not a hot take, a hot take for the summer, you know? Why is fall so aesthetic and summer is not? Or is it just the year? Or I don't know. I feel like over the past several years, fall has been like, whoa, there's like trending music and just the aesthetic of it all, and everything about fall is just fall. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Why isn't summer that? Why can't we make summer girls a thing? Why are summer girls not a thing? Why is the fall aesthetic the thing? I feel like we go all year waiting for fall when we have so many other aesthetics that we could be embracing. That is just my hot take because I'm a summer girly. I am actually a fall girly. I am actually a spring girly, and I'm actually a summer girly. I am all of the girlies. Winter, like I talked about in the last episode, we're still getting acquainted. I love a hygge kind of situation in the winter, but I'm still not fully in on the winter aesthetic unless, somebody wants to take me to their ski lodge or whatever, and I will sit by the fire. But other than that, I am not really winter girly. But, like, for me, I think, like my cocktail, I feel very connected to Persephone because my birthday is April 30th, which, if you don't know, is the beginning of Beltane. So, Beltane is like basically the first day of May, but it starts the night of April 30th. And it is 6 months from Halloween or All Hallows Eve or Samhain, whatever you want to call it. And so for me, I think because my birthday is on Beltane, it's a cross quarter day, in case I don't know, in case you know that. So it is in between the spring equinox and the summer equinox. So it's like right there. It's the middle of spring. It's mid-spring. And I think because my birthday is there, for me, spring is light and airy. But then as soon as it becomes fall, I become like a different person where I just want to wear black and dark and be like very dark. I want to be inside. I want to be journaling. I want to be by candlelight. I want to be in the dark. I want to be like shades closed and all of that. But then as soon as spring happens, I am like wearing florals. I am, cutting my hair. My whole vibe changes. And I feel like, at least on social media, which aren't we all on social media these days? Can we get off? No, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard, right? It's hard. You're here, right? I just feel like with social media trends, even right now, like I'm seeing I haven't seen actually a lot of people do the summer ween. There's one girl that I follow on social media that's doing summer ween still. But yeah, I feel like over the past couple of years, summer ween was a thing. And that just feels confusing to me, doesn't it? Does it feel confusing to you guys? Like, Disney starts their Halloween stuff in August. that's still summer, guys. It's not even fall. Like, we're not embracing the summer aesthetic of it all. Like, we're not getting into the light and the airy and the branching out and the rooting down. We're trying to get to the dead and the dying. And I am about the light, the airy, the flowers, the blooms, the branching out aspect of summer right now. Because we're here. It's summertime, guys. It's so hot in Arkansas, and it's probably hot wherever you're at, or it's trying to be at least. And yeah, we need to be embracing it. So, all of that to say, let's celebrate being human in summer again, or now. That's all I've got for you guys today. I need to go eat dinner. Let me know in the comments, or I don't know, email me, message me, try to find me if you can to send me a message and let me know what you think about this episode, what you think I could add or do, or what you would like to hear from me, or I don't know, if you think I suck, let me know. I love you. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for being human with me. Thanks for letting me talk to you. I hope you haven't been bored, and I hope that I've given you something. And if not, let me know. Tell me how much I suck. Or tell me how much you love me. Okay. Bye.